All right, we're doing 3.2. Some of this is review, and that rhymes. I love it when that happens. Okay, so we are talking about triangles now and the angles of triangles. So if we look at this left one here that I'm spinning around, we have to look at these from every vertex, which the vertex, again, of the triangle are these. So these are the vertexes of the triangle. You can basically draw lines that create interior and exterior. Obviously, the interior angles of a triangle are the ones inside the triangle, and the exterior are the ones outside of the triangle that are formed if you extend lines through the vertex, through the vertexes of it. Okay, and it creates, these are congruent. So these this exterior angle and this exterior angle, this exterior angle, this exterior angle, this exterior are also congruent. So that's important to know. And the other thing that we need to know is that the interior angles add up to 180. I know we had at least a couple problems in the last chapter where you had to know that. So x plus y plus z equals 180. Okay, so let's get into that. So all you're doing is like I said, this is kind of review, so I'm going to kind of fly through this. So we have angle x plus 32 plus 48 degrees is equal to 180. Okay, so therefore we have to add our constants and combine. So x plus 32 plus, that'd be 10, carry the 1 would be 80. 48 plus 32 is 80. Equals 180. Subtract 80 from both sides, leaving me with x is equal to 100. So this right here is 100 degrees. Okay, B. They're trying to be just a little bit tricky. So see if you can figure out what the three angles are. We have x plus 28, for sure. We have x, and we have, what's this? That was the tricky part they're trying to throw in at you, but hopefully you recognize that that is 90, and those add up to 180. Okay, so now we just combine like terms. So we have a positive 28, a positive 90, so therefore we have 118. And this is going to be equal to 180. We have 1x, we have another x, that's 2x plus 118. I subtract 118 from both sides. I'm getting a little sloppy here, aren't I? Is equal to, well, let's do the math here, is equal to 62. So then I divide by 2. 62 divided by 2, x is equal to 31. Okay, so what does 31 tell us? Well, it tells me that this is 31 degrees because it is just x. It tells me that this one is 31 plus 28, which is 31, 28 would be 9, 31, 59 degrees. And the other one we know is 90. So 59 plus 31 plus 90 is 180. Let's see. Is that right? Yes. Okay. All right, so I was just doing that in my head just to double check. So that is a way to check. You can add 59 plus 31 and then add that to 90 to get 180 and make sure that that's right. Okay, now talk about the exterior angles. Okay, so this one takes just a little bit of thinking, but since we know that the interior angles are equal to 180, right, then we know that this angle here is this plus this will equal 180, right? So whatever this is 180. Well, therefore, this plus this, because this is a line, so this angle here is 180 also. So Therefore, x is basically equal to these two added together, right? Because if these two added together are equal to x, then that means that those two numbers will equal 180 when you add this thing in, right? No matter how you look at it. So let's do that. 72 and 36 would give me 108. Okay, so 108 leaves me 72. 180 minus 108. I'm just making sure. Yep, 72. Okay, so that means that this one's 72. Now, how does that make sense? Well, 72 plus the 108 gives me this 180. So all we figured out is because the interior angles equal 180 and a line, this angle is 180, the interior angles added together equal the exterior angle. So let's make an equation on B that says that. So what I'm trying to say is that 80 plus a minus 5 is equal to 2a. It has to be true because this has to add up to you have to add these two here and subtract from 180, or you have to take this and subtract it from 180 to get this. So they are equal. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so combined like terms, we end up with a plus 75 is equal to 2a, subtract a to get my a's on the same side. And I have 75 is equal to 2 minus 1a, which is just a, 1a. So we figured out what a is. So be careful here. So what do we know? So all that's telling us is that a is 75. Therefore, 2 times a would be 150 degrees. Okay? And we also figured out that this one here is 70. So what does that mean that this one is? This one right here, we can also figure that out. Well, 80 plus 70 is 150. So you can see that this right here is 150, and it does equal this exterior angle right here. So that's what I've been trying to say. That's why we were able to do this. So since 70 plus 80 is 150, that means this one has to be 30. 30 plus this 150 is also 180. So we end up with 180 here, and we end up with 180 because the triangle has interior angles that add up to 180. So hopefully that makes sense. This little tag down here is just repeating what I was saying earlier, is just that that on those exterior angles, we kind of already talked about how it forms congruent exterior angles. Go back to the beginning if you want to hear about that again. All right, hopefully that gives you the tools you need to do well on this. Have a good one. Let me know if you have questions.